I want to hold God. Oh.
What's going on, Truth fam? It's your boy Dr. Dre tapping in, as well as the Speed Doc 713 fam. Giving y'all some other behind the scenes footage. I'm actually headed to the airport now, running a little bit late to be real. Headed to the NDA, the National Dental Association Conference, which is essentially the African American Dental Association Conference in Las Vegas. Gonna go, catch up with partners, catch up with some colleagues, and really fraternize and go to a few continuing education classes. Because as y'all know, we have to do continuing education as a doctor. Medical doctors have CEUs, CMEs, all that kind of stuff. So it's time to go ahead and do my duty, and then of course, kick it. But we're gonna call this Sound Off with Dr. J. I'll be coming to y'all sometimes live. Mainly, these videos we posted up on the Speed Doc 713 channel. And we're going to talk about topics. I know a lot of y'all have seen us go live in the office, and that's cool, but we want to go ahead and really try to dig deep. I haven't seen many dentists do it like that. It's a few out there. But I want to jump on in and see how y'all feel about it. You see what I'm saying? So the first topic we're going to talk about is are veneer techs and what you guys think about those. Honestly, they make me sick because as of late, they've been kind of getting a little bit boisterous with, I'll show y'all something on this road, but as of late, they've been getting kind of boisterous and audacious with how they're pricing. Some of them charge more than I do in the office, just to be real, so that's honestly nauseating. And a lot of people want to say, well, why are they out there? And they want to talk bad about people that actually go to the veneer techs. We can honestly argue all day long about whether or not people are aware that they're going to these type of sleazy people or not. You see what I'm saying? Because they still getting business. They still doing it, and I've got some exposure to some, and some operate in a manner that's very convincing. The thing is, I believe that there's a whole lot of gray area in different states' legislature about what's legal and what's not legal, right? So when you start seeing stuff like that, you've got to go ahead and be an educated consumer. I can understand. Think about this. If you go decide to get you a hot suit, then you expect the suit to be cheaper than what it is in the store. That's just what it is. Well, in this case, these veneer techs out there are creeping up in price, and when you have that, now it turns into you being the consumer and being a little bit more judicious with your selection process. I hear all the time from patients, "Oh, I've done my research. I've done my research." Look, Google searching does not constitute research by itself. Let's go over a couple of things that you need to look at to justify who you are going to, right? Number one, if you go to a dental office, by law, the dental license got to be up on the wall. If you running kind of late, 6:30, flight's at 8:05, y'all. So I gotta, to be real, I gotta book on out. Hold on. Okay. And so we're gonna talk. We're gonna wrap a little bit. Let's make the first topic about veneer techs. You see what I'm saying? Veneer techs, as you all have seen, they're not a real thing. This is a flim-flam. It's a finagle. You got people out here that are trying to reverse engineer dental work, okay? By all accounts, it's illegal, but the problem is, this is very exciting. The problem is the line of legality is very, very gray. It's not cut and dry. So it really depends on how aggressive the respective state boards are in going after these people. It also depends on how far these people are going, okay? They've got a lot of audacity. There are a lot of veneer techs out there that are creeping up in price, and they're starting to approach the pricing of traditional dentistry, which is absolutely disgusting. I can't stand them. I can't stand veneer techs, to be honest. I think they're a scourge on society, and I really don't like the fact that they are bamboozling people. And like, we got to do better as consumers, okay? Some of the ways that you can detect if you have a veneer tech, listen to their vernacular. Besides their appearance, listen to their vernacular. These people don't use appropriate verbiage, okay? What up, True Fam? Your boy Dr. Dre is back. Still want to pick up that conversation that we were having about the veneer techs and how that whole thing goes, right? You know, the only way that we're going to stop these folks, like I mentioned in the last video when I was headed to the NDA in Vegas, was that you kind of have to shame it. Like, the only reason why you'd go to a veneer tech, because people are still going to them, is to save money. Like, it's not a stunt. It's saving money. But when people do that, price is their only concern, and they don't have any real frame of reference about what's right and what's wrong. Now, I have encountered some people that really are bamboozled by these folks. You know, some of the veneer techs out there are very, very convincing, and what they end up doing is really conning you into going down this lane. Now, there are a lot of things that you have to take into consideration. We aren't just tooth plumbers. You don't just get to reverse engineer some stuff and say, "Oh, I'm doing it. You know, I'm pasting this on top. I'm doing a composite or whatever." You know, if you, first of all, to utilize a lab, you have to be a licensed dentist, because labs have CDT numbers, so they're regulated. So if you've got a veneer tech or somebody who's not a dentist and they're actually utilizing a lab made something, and there's not a dentist signing off on that, that in itself is illegal. It point blank. Now, the actual practice of placing something on the teeth like a laminate, just adhering something, that's where the gray area lies. You see what I'm saying? You can't really, it's hard to delineate whether or not that's going to be like a tooth gem or placing a gold on. So you don't know until you're in the court of law and there's a force of law behind it, right? Bottom line is, this is your health care. You deserve more for yourself and your health than to have people that don't know what they're doing it. They don't know what they're doing. That is point blank, you know, and it's nothing to take lightly. You can do some real irreversible damage to your mouth, to your jaw, to your well-being by letting people play around in your mouth. I mean, you know, so remember, veneer techs, bad. It's just straight up bad. Now, what about going out the country? Now, shameless plug, I authored a book a while back called Botch Girl Summer that really talks about the countries that are good and the countries that are bad with regards to getting dental work done and medical work done there, right? The plug that they try to use, and everybody who tries to go out the country, they try to say, "Oh, it's a travel hack," or yo, this is better work than what you can get in the States. Now, even though I know it's not, because the materials are compromised on, the education levels in some of these countries is definitely not on the same level, I don't expect any of you all watching this to really believe that, because I'm a dentist, so you're going to feel like I'm biased when I say that. The fact of the matter is, even if you got quote-unquote Dr. Whoever in Colombia versus Dr. such and such in the States, if they are better in Colombia, you really don't have any type of protection. You don't have the opportunity to go to any board to govern them. You don't. The water's not regulated in most cases. The material's not regulated. You don't know what they're putting in your body, assuming you speak the language. And then how are you going to vet this person? How are you going to look somebody up to really see what their credentials are? You know, when you go into a dental office in the States, the license has to be on the door or on the wall. You know, so in America, you can go to the state board. You can go to your lawyer, you can go to the police, like you have protections. You know, our stuff is regulated by OSHA, our stuff is regulated by the FDA. Like, you know, I see too many people really gambling with themselves, you know, and there are plenty of more exciting ways to risk your life or to risk injury than to do it off of having some teeth work done. Or getting a BBL, whatever it is y'all out there doing with it. Like, I challenge all of my patients and all of my viewers. I really want you all to be more discerning patients. Be more discerning consumers. And when we start to holler out, oh, I've done my research. Well, have you? You know, like Google search on or Instagramming and all that, and reading these reviews from so-and-so in Colombia or Dominican Republic, does that really constitute research? You know, if you've done all those things, and if price is your only concern, then by all means, but we need to accept what it is. You know, America has its flaws. I'm not denying that, right? But our healthcare system is pretty good as it relates to the rest of the world. So the idea that you would leave America to have something done medically or dentally, it's only two reasons that would happen. One, you're going to look for the world's best, whoever it is doing what you need to get done. And if they don't happen to be in America and they're the world's best, cool. Or you're going for a deal. Now, both of those impart some of the same risk, though. So you need to decide which side of the fence you're on with that. You know, I'm going to go ahead and sign off now. I think I've kind of driven the point home about veneer techs and overseas dentistry. You guys can check out, be sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, comment below. Like I said, this is Speed Doc 713, the practice channel. I'm going to put all the links in the comment section below and in the description below. You can reach us. Feel free to drop us a line. I'm always there to answer questions and stuff. And if you guys have any questions, don't hesitate to drop me a line, because I'll answer them on live. We go live in the office. I'll answer them here on the YouTube channel. One of the next things that you might see us starting to talk about, I'm going to share with you guys some behind the scenes stories, because we've seen a lot, you know. But other than that, it's Dr. J signing off. Peace.